welcome to another Vlogmas video. We've gone full on Christmas. We've got the Darth Vader Christmas jumper on, we've got the Christmas headband, the Christmas earrings, we've got the mulled wine, and today is actually my birthday, so if you're not already subscribed, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It would be a lovely birthday present to just get a couple more subscribers, have a few more of you on board. I am not going to have timestamps in today's video because today is going to be my top 10 least favourite movies of the year that I have seen in cinemas. This is inspired by Mark Kermode, who does this every year. He does his top 10 best and worst movies. He does them in 2 installments, so you get like a little teaser. So he does 5 best, 5 worst, and then the top 5 best and worst, which is always fun to watch, and I really enjoy watching his movie reviews. He's kind of the reason I decided to start reviewing the films that I watch as well. So yeah, we're gonna go worst this Sunday, best next Sunday, so you can be ready for that. The first film I've got in my sort of top 10 worst, I'm not counting it in the actual top 10 because it's the only film this year that I've walked out of, amazingly, seeing multiple films a week, and I've only walked out of one, and that's Robin Hood. I spoke about this 2 weeks ago. I'm not really sure what it was trying to do. I did not enjoy it, so definitely on the worst list. Then we have The Oath. It started out as a film about Thanksgiving and family at Thanksgiving. It's got Tiffany Haddish in it, who, you know, I'm not a big fan of, but there was a lot of other funny people in the film. It had the potential, and then it turned into this weird hostage stabby oath to the American government type film, while still also trying to be a funny Thanksgiving film. I should have walked out of that one. I didn't. It's on the list. These are in no particular order, by the way. I'm not going to be as committed as he is about doing the actual 10 to 1 countdown. I'm just going with, these are my 10 least favourite. So also on the list is another Tiffany Haddish film, which is Nobody's Fool. Again, it was predominantly a funny film, but then there was some really weird sex scenes in it. When I say weird, the sex wasn't weird. It was just very much those romantic, soft focus, close up on a thigh, close up on toes curling, and it made my toes curl through kind of cringing at it. There was also a lot of plot holes in it. I spoke more in depth about it in my actual film review video, so you can go back and check those out. I'll leave the playlist of the film reviews up here. I will also have left my Vlogmas playlist up here, so if you missed any of either of those, you can go back and go through the playlist. That would also be a nice birthday present. Then we have Sorry to Bother You. It started out as a film about racism and about what it's like to be black in America today, and then turned really, really weird. Always no spoilers on this channel, so I'm not going to tell you how it turned out weird. If you've seen it, let me know if you liked it. So I know some people, when it went weird, loved it, and others like me, when it went weird, was like, what? Oh, no, 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 no. Then we have The First Purge, which was kind of billed as being a horror film. I haven't seen the other Purge films, so maybe I need to have seen those, but this was a prequel, so I should have been able to see it in the prequel. Again, it was just a bit of nothing, and I think the only reason I stayed in that film was because I was enjoying having a little sit down for the day. I was in my recliner, didn't have anywhere else I needed to be, so meh. Wasn't very scary. There was a lot of plot holes. It wasn't very motivated. Wasn't very motivating either. That's probably a good thing. Then we have Uncle Drew, another film starring that comedian actress that I am not a massive fan of. It's not that I don't like her as a person. I think some of the stuff she does is really funny, but it just seems to be films that she is in kind of tie into me just not enjoying them. Last year, not Girls Trip. What's the other one that was basically the same as Girls Trip, where they went to New Orleans? I don't know, I can't remember. It was the same feeling. Yeah, Uncle Drew. I think if I'd have known a little bit more about basketball, I would have found this one a little bit funnier. On the whole, it was just tiring. It was really tiring. I kept checking my phone to see what time it was. That's never a good sign. Then we have Gotti, which is a biopic about a member of the family. And is set in New York and stars John Travolta and has potential to be great, but they kind of really focus on kind of the wrong bits. So the bits that they focus on really aren't to do with what I would call the main storyline, and then we have other details and names and faces and places that are glossed over, so you don't necessarily know what's happening with those people or who they are exactly. So yeah, it just wasn't great. It got really slated in the reviews, and so I knew going into it I was interested in watching it. I knew I wanted to watch it despite the reviews, but it could have been done so much better. It's one of those films. Then we have Life Itself, which was one, if you might remember from my film review of it, that wasn't what it was advertised as. It was basically 5 stories running kind of linked together, some running parallel with each other, and it was advertised as this young couple and something bad happens to this young couple and how he struggles to cope. But actually that was only one out of the 5 storylines, and it's linked to the others, absolutely, but it just, the best bits were in the trailer. The trailer focused on a bit that was like a minor part of the film, and there's this whole section with Antonio Banderas, which he's in the trailer briefly, but then playing a massive part in the film. So yeah, Act 1, I believe, was false advertisement. Then we have Incredibles 2. It's controversial that I didn't like this one. Everybody else liked it. I was just really bored. I thought the storylines that they used were very cliched and very kind of typical and very overdone. I didn't feel like I came away having kind of learnt anything new. I was just really bored. I didn't really laugh. I wasn't really entertained. Yeah, I wasn't a massive fan of Incredibles 1, so really maybe I expected Incredibles 2 not to be so good, but I went into it really quite as open-minded as I could be and was just really disappointed. Then we have Book Club. For a film called Book Club, it only actually mentions about 5 books, and we only see them discussing 3 of them, and that is the 50 Shades trilogy. We have all these contrived storylines about these women and the effect that the book has on them. We have one particular storyline about a sort of will they, won't they romance that I just got fed up. I was like, just leave him alone. Like, just stop calling him, or you should, like, leave her alone, because it looks like she's never going to call you, and she shouldn't. Like, you're obviously happier off alone, so stop trying to make it work when it obviously doesn't work. It had such potential to be a good film, and, you know, I'm a reader. I'm going to see a film called Book Club. I was just disappointed. There's some books in the background, but not many. They rarely mention books. It is not a book lovers film. Definitely not. And it just wasn't entertaining enough to make up for the fact that it's disappointingly book low. And then finally, another film that I really should have just left because I couldn't tell you now what the storyline was about. I haven't read the book. I don't think I would enjoy the book. Because I didn't enjoy the film, I know I wouldn't enjoy the book. And that is A Wrinkle in Time. It's got these wonderful people in: Oprah, Reese Witherspoon, Mindy Kaling. Great people. Love them in other stuff that they do. Absolutely love Mindy Kaling. Love her books. Read Reese Witherspoon's book recently. Love her films. Massive Legally Blonde fan. I don't know what was happening in the film. It was like I was on some sort of weird trip, like I was hallucinating, and nobody had given me anything and nobody had told me what to expect. And yeah, no, I believe it was a big waste of time, and it was really long as well. I think I had to like leave to go to the bathroom twice. It was that long. I should have just left and stayed out, really. I don't feel like I gained anything from having watched that film. So there you go. I feel like this has been a really negative video, but I dislike these films for a lot of different reasons. So yes, I really should have worn my happy birthday headband rather than my Merry Christmas headband today, perhaps. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Please do let me know in the comments below what your best and worst film or films of the year have been so far. I hope you're looking forward to hearing my favourite films of the year in next week's video. As I say, a little subscribe from you if you are not already subscribed would be a wonderful birthday present. And I will see you with another video tomorrow for my last Vlogmas video of this year, and then there will be a short gap before my next video, but not too long of a gap so you don't have too long to wait. And I will see you with my top 10 best films of the year next weekend. Bye.